Alright there, welcome to this free video drum lesson from drumsaword.com. In this one I'm going to show you how to play two really unique cool drum fills from the song She Said, She Said by the Beatles, drummed by the criminally underrated Starman himself, Ringo Starr. And you can get the free PDF notation for these drum fills from my website. There's a link beneath this video where you can download the free PDF. And you can also check out, if you wanted, my Drum Masters video song pack, which is a 6 DVD pack containing hundreds of videos, lessons, just like this one. Again, there's a link beneath this video, so if you want to check that out, great. Right, let's get on with the first drum fill, which occurs pretty much right at the beginning of the song, 3 seconds into it. So Ringo wastes no time. Right at the beginning of the song, he comes in with 1 bar of drum groove and then straight into this signature drum fill, which occurs throughout the song, which we'll get onto in a second. So the first bar is simply 1 bar of drum groove, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Notice that his right hand isn't playing on the ride cymbal or hi-hat or floor tom. He's not riding with his right hand. Quite unique for Ringo. My theory being that it would create lots of space on the audio track for the other guys to put on their crazy effects later, such as tambourines and backward guitars and weird ghostly vocals and all the cool stuff the Beatles were famous for. So it's quite interesting that Ringo doesn't lead with his right hand. He did that on quite a few songs, including this one. So the second bar where the drum fill actually occurs starts with simply 1 and, bass drum, snare drum, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then starting on beat 2 up until the and of beat 4, Ringo plays a series of 16th notes. Now, if we were to play them straight, and to make more sense in a second, bear with me, if we play them straight, normal 16th if you like, with the bass drum underneath, notice the bass drum falls on beats 2, 3 and 4, on the downbeats of beats 2, 3 and 4, it would sound like this. 2E under 3E under 4E and 2E under 3E under 4E and. That's the basic pattern. But what Ringo does is he swings the 16th notes. So instead of making it sound like this, kind of swings like this. Before we go any further, it's also worth pointing out that Ringo was, he admits it himself, he's the best way to play this, a left-handed drummer playing on a right-handed kit. Even though he led with his right hand, he naturally was a left-handed drummer, left-handed person, and so a lot of his drum fills were led with the left hand, giving rise to all those unique tom orders that he used to be able to put into his drum fills, making it very hard for us mere mortals to replicate because he's leading with his left, meaning that he can access drums in a certain toms in a certain order that other drummers would have to cross over their hands for, which we'll see in a second, which I have to do if I want to play it my way. So bear that in mind, that this is actually played left-handed by Ringo, but to play swung notes left-handed could be a little bit tricky if you're not used to it. So I'm going to be playing this right-handed, but forgive me for the fact that I'm not actually playing it the way Ringo played it with the correct sticking. It's going to sound the same, but it's going to be my way of playing what Ringo does naturally. It's my natural way, and probably yours as well. So from the beat 2 to the and of 4, swung 16th notes, 2E under, 3E under, 4E and. And what we've got to do is we've got to make all those notes quiet, apart from certain accent notes, loud notes. And if we take a look at the basic pattern before we move around the toms, we've got a loud note falling with the left hand on the E of 2, another loud note falling with the right hand on beat 3, another loud note on the left hand on the of beat 3, and then beat 4 is quiet, and then we've got 2 accent notes on the E and the and of 4, left, right at the end of the drum fill. The first note falls with the bass drum with the right hand, and that's a quiet note. So we come straight in afterwards with the accent note. So just on the snare drum, let's try and play this slowly. The accent pattern would sound like this. It's going to sound a little bit weird playing it slowly with it swung, but bear with me. Do even slower, and I'll count out loud. 2, E and, 3, E and, 4, E and. This is that signature lick I was talking about. Learn how to play this accent pattern and then just explore moving your hands around the kit, and you've basically got this one drum fill that Ringo plays the most throughout the song. And in order to sound like Ringo, it's really important that those notes aren't really loud, but the quiet notes are really quiet. So you have to keep your sticks right down low. Don't worry about making those accent notes loud, but make those ghost notes, those quiet notes quiet, and it will sound like Ringo. If you don't make those notes quiet in between, it kind of sounds like this. Which is quite cool. But it doesn't really sound like Ringo. Make them really quiet. And it sort of starts to sound like more Ringo's pattern. So the next thing, once you've got that pattern going, it's where you move your hands to. So the first accent with the left hand on the E of 2 is on the high tom, and then the next one with the right hand on beat 3 is on the high tom as well. So we've got 2 on the high tom, left, right, and then remember, because I'm crossing my arms over because I'm leading with my right hand, Ringo didn't have to cross his arms over. I'm then going to play the accent with the left hand on the E, on the of 3 with the left hand on the medium tom. Hope I'm making sense here. And then keeping the left hand up here for the second one, the E of 4, and the right hand's then going to play the final snare drum accent on the and of 4. So very slowly, it would sound like this: 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and that last note is accent like that. Again, 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. So it's a bit tricky for me because you have to cross your arms over. Now, if you're playing onto this song, you don't have to do the toms in this order. This is how Ringo plays it, but you could do anything really. That would work. There's no crossing over there. It's not how Ringo plays it, but you could do it that way if you wanted to. However you want to move those accents around the drums, but he plays it. So that whole bar slowly, counting ourselves in: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and again 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and a bit faster now: 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and let's do like the whole line. It sounds like this: 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 3 and 4 E and 2 and 3 and 4. We go past the drum fill, we start beat 1 with a crash cymbal. So that's the first drum fill, and as we're going to see next, it occurs later in the song. For example, at 0:16, which is the next drum fill I want to talk about. So in this section, Ringo kind of plays like a stab section with the rest of the guys in the band, and then finds the gaps in between those guitar stabs to play some cool little drum fills. You know, the bit where the guitar's going dee 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 do 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 that. He finds these little gaps to play these little drum fills, which we'll go over now. So it's a 6-bar section I've written down for you, and the first bar is simply the drum groove: 1, 2, 3 and 4. Simple enough. The second bar is exactly the same as the drum fill that we talked about at the beginning of this video, except it's on different drums. So it's exactly the same accents, ghost note pattern, same rhythm, except we're just moving our hands to different parts of the kit. So in the first drum fill, we had a lot more tom notes being used. In this drum fill, the only tom note being played is the high tom on the E of beat 2 with the left hand. All of those other accent notes are played on the snare drum. So once that E is being played, the hands just move down to the snare drum and play the rest of the fill all on the snare. So count myself in slowly. That second bar sounds like this: 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and again 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and a bit faster: 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and da 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 1 and 2. That's it. It's just all on the snare drum, apart from that one high tom note. Like that. The third bar, we get these stabs on beat 1, a snare drum on 2, which you play with your left hand, and then another crash cymbal stab on the and of 2. So we get 1 and 2 and on the guitar part. De 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 de. So of course you don't have to count, you can just follow the guitars. And then this little drum fill starting on the and of beat 3, 5/16 notes in a row, and a 4 E and swung, remember, and a 4 E and. But what Ringo does is he plays the first 2 notes as accented, then the middle note on beat 4 with the right hand is ghosted, and then we get left right at the end, E and 2 more accent notes. So slowly the pattern is this: right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right. And if you find it difficult to leave that ghost note in, you could just leave it out. But from the previous drum fill, you were including ghost notes in, so you might want to learn how to do those little quiet low notes. So that bar slowly: 1 and 2 and 3 and a hot and even slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and a hot and even slower still. 1 and 2 and 3 and a hot and up to speed. Played it twice there. The next bar, the fourth bar, starts the same as the previous. Guitars are repeating. And starting on the and of 3 again it's 5 16th notes in a row and a 4 and, except it's a different accent ghost note pattern. So it's right, left, right, left, right. It's high tom, then 2 quiet snare drum notes, left, right, and then high tom again with the left hand, and then a loud note at the end on the snare drum with the right hand. So all on one drum. The accent ghost note pattern is and a 4 ands, and a 4 ands. Loud, quiet, quiet, loud, loud. Right, left, right, left, right. Loud, quiet, quiet, left, right. Loud, quiet, quiet, loud, loud. So that bar at a slow tempo, 1 and 2 and 3 and a hot and. Not quite, I accented the snare drum note accidentally there, as you probably heard. Let's try that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 40 and. Bit better. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 40 and. Played it many times there, but that's what that drum fill sounds like. The next bar is just simply stabs, 1 and 2 and, rest of the bar rested, and the last bar is exactly the same as the fourth bar, except we're not playing a snare drum on beat 2, so it's 1 and 2 and then the same drum fill, bum, we just did. So one more time, let's hear, I tell you what, before I go through the whole thing up to speed, let's play the whole thing at a slow speed. Here we go. Let's do 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and and a bit faster. 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. That was pretty much up to speed, wasn't it? But just for the sake of completion, here's the original version up to speed again. So if you've got any questions, please email me at rob@drumstheword.com. You can also find me on Facebook. Just type in Drums the Word into Facebook and you'll find my page. Please like it and subscribe. I always update with new lessons videos as often as possible. So that's the best place to find out latest news. Again, don't forget to download the free PDF drum notation for this lesson from my website. There's a link beneath this video. And please do check out my Drum Masters video song pack. Hundreds of videos and charts and ebooks. All the best stuff from drumstheword.com at a ridiculously low price. So until next time, good luck and happy drumming to you.